Hello, class. Good morning. So happy you guys are here. So today, or yesterday, we were reading Taking Out the Trash, and we read chapter 3. And today, I want to read chapter 4 to you, but I really want us to focus on the text, the pictures, and like the small details. And then once I get done reading it, I want you guys, or while I'm reading it, I want you guys to write 2 things that you found interesting about chapter 4. And then we're going to come back together, we're going to talk about it. And then once we get done discussing, I want each of you guys to read a page. And then we'll come back together and we'll talk about how we felt about reading out loud. Do you think this made us more confident? Things such like that, okay? But when you read this, I really want you to focus on understanding the text and focusing on understanding what you're reading and reading clearly, okay? Okay, so let's read.
I want to read it to the class.
No, we're doing it right here in a safe spot where you feel comfortable, and it's just kind of like extra practice for you to read out loud, okay? So, are we ready? Are we focused? No, Justin, your eyes are up here the whole time. That's not even there right now, okay? We're reading this book and you're focused in, okay? So Yumi looked down at the pile of papers, shapes in front of her. She and David had worked all afternoon on rolling, folding, tapping papers into different shapes. They tested them out, learned which ones were best at picking up trash. Those look great, engineers, said David's grandpa. But how would they work in water? Oops, said Dave, we forgot about that. Deb's grandpa filled a pot with water and grabbed something from the kitchen drawer. He placed the pot in front of them and smiled. There you go. It's a model pond for you to test in, he said. It's missing one thing. He pulled his hand out from behind his back and dropped a rubber duck into the pot. It's a mini Danny, Deb said. Here's a picture.
But can you write stuff down that is written?
Yeah, that's what I said before.
But what if
You guys should still be.
phone?
It's okay, just guess and then you can just say it afterwards. Okay? We're gonna just talk about that's just to help you remember. Okay? Make sure you guys are writing, or you could draw a picture. Okay, just have something to discuss about when we after this, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Alright, page 2. Let's start testing, said Yumi, dipping her paper shape into water. Oh no, Deb said. Looks like we have a problem. The paper kept its shape for a second, but then it got soft and squishy in the water. Yumi wrinkled her nose and dropped the paper on the floor. Where did it land with a wet plat? Deb frowned. It looks like a pile of mush, he said. I guess paper isn't very strong when it's wet, said Yumi. What else can we try? Dave rugged through the kitchen drawer and brought back lots of different materials. He dumped a piece of plastic into the water first. When he pulled it back out, it was still the same shape. This stayed pretty strong, he said. Yumi reached over and touched the plastic. It didn't feel squishy like the paper, and the water rolled off it easily. She pulled out her engineering book. The paper was square and it was dry. She said, drawing a picture, but now it's soggy lamp. The plastic was stronger, so we should use plastic, Dave pointed to the pile of materials. Not so fast. We've got more stuff to test. That's a big pile, said Yumi. How can we decide which one works best in water? There's only one way to find out, said Dave. Let's go try. Oh, sorry. This is the picture. Yeah? See it?
What is that? Is that a
That's the paper. So, plastic, paper, that's them like testing it out, and stuff like that, and that's her notebook.
That one, I think that looks better than that.
Mhm. Okay. Have we written anything down yet? You have? Because that was the last paper. So, I hope you guys wrote something down because we're going to talk about it out loud. Okay, so what did you think?
Engineering book.
Engineering what?
Book.
Yep. So, you got that from the pictures, right? Yeah?
Yeah, it was when she got out the engineering for.
Yeah, and
it said that.
right, and that helped her solve problems as she was going, right? We're up here paying attention. Okay? Justin, what did you notice?
This thing where they scoop up the trash and then the water just goes right down.
Where was that at?
Oh, I saw it.
Oh, that's really good that you pointed out on the first page. That's really well. Did you see anything about the text? Did you think the text was any good? Like when they were, like on this page, they were talking about like, oh, the paper's not working. Let's try plastic. Oh, now the plastic's working. And they pointed out different piles of materials, right? So, good
Oh.
job.
Tinfoil is in.
Yeah. Those are really good points, and those are really good things to notice when you're reading too, because that's gonna make you remember, oh, what was this part about when you find those things? Okay, what did you find out? Alright, do you want me to come back to you?
Here's the thing to pick up trash in the water, and here's the trash.
What page was that on?
Right here's one.
Oh, well, so when you're reading, I wanted you guys to just do it about chapter 4. So I'll come back to you, okay? And you remember something about chapter 4 that was interesting to you, okay? Okay.
I made a pot of like that, and then I used some
Mhm.
and then I'm just gonna go on the back page.
So you were trying to describe, what did you write right here? I see some words right here.
It has a trash.
Yeah. So all of you guys wrote, wait, eyes up here, pencils down, we're focused up here. Justin, Bunny, put it down, we're focused up here. So all of you guys noticed something really, really cool about chapter 4. Whether it was a drawing, whether it was words, and that's how you can understand when you're reading too. You can, you know how Miss Miller gives you guys books to read? Okay, well when you guys read those books, are there times where you feel like super distracted or you're like not understanding the text? Well, sometimes when I read, I'll read this and I'll try to imagine a picture. And then so when you're reading, you can imagine a picture to help you understand the reading. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but usually when I read, sometimes I'm reading and I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
I don't, I can't,
Okay. So can I see your papers? And then I want your pencils too. This isn't for a grade or anything. Okay, pencils. So now, oh, can I see your pencil? I'll give them back to you. I just don't want anything to get distracted with you guys. So now you guys are gonna read it. And I know that can be super scary. I personally felt really sometimes uncomfortable reading out loud to people, but this is a really safe, this is a good safe space. No one's gonna make fun of you. No one's gonna do anything like that. We're all here supporting you to become better readers, okay? Okay, so, just last one. So this is how it's gonna go. She's gonna read page 1. I need you guys to pay attention to these directions, okay? She's reading page 1. After you are done, you are gonna flip the page, then give it to her. She will read here to here on page 2. Does that make sense? Here to here. Then you're gonna pass it to Justin. Justin, you will read here from here, and that's it. And then you'll pass it, and then he will read here from here. Does that make sense? All right. Both the Justins got it? We're good. Okay. So wait. So chapter 4. Me?
Amy looked down at the pile of papers.
Here, follow along with your fingers. You don't get lost. You got it. You're saying it right. Shape.
shapes in front of her. She had an uni
No, that's not Yumi. You know that word.
Deb worked
Mm-hmm.
all afternoon on
Sound it out. Sound it out here. And what? No, what? Yeah, there you go.
those words are different.
Mm-hmm. Folding.
Folding and
Okay, break it up. What's that word? Mm-hmm.
tapping
Mm-hmm.
papers into different designs.
Mm-mm. Hold on, pause this. I feel as if we're playing the guessing game right now, okay? You guys know how to sound out words, right? So when you're doing this, if you don't know a word, you can ask me or ask a partner. But before you tell her, I want her, because this is not going to help her, right? If you just tell her the answer. I want you to sound it out. You know how to sound out words. Sh, a, s, right? Or diff, ent. Or the folding, right? This, where were we last out? Right here. Different designs. Is that a D? No. Sh. That's a sh sound. Shapes. Okay.
Shapes they
Uh, tested
them out in
learned.
learned
Mm-hmm.
which one were best at picking
Mm-hmm.
up trash. Those looked great.
This one's a tough one. But we're gonna sound out.
Engineers and said Deb's grandpa put, but now how will they work in water? Oops, said Deb. We forgot about that. Something Deb, Grandpa filled a pot with water and grabbed something from the kitchen.
What's that one? Draw, right? Draw, right?
Drawer. He
Pay attention. Try to support her. Where you? Place the pot.
placed the pot in front behind his back and dropped a rubber duck into the pot. It's a many duck and Danny and Deb said,
Just till here.
let's start testing, said Yumi, dipping her paper shape into the water. Uh-oh.
Des.
Deb said, look like we have a puddle
Problem.
problem. The paper kept its shape
For a second.
but then it got soft and squishy in the water. Yumi
Wrinkled. Sorry, that one's a hard one.
wrinkled her nose and
Dropped.
dropped her paper. The paper on the floor where it landed with a wet suckled. Yumi, Deb, it looks like a pile of mush, he said.
Good.
I guess paper isn't very strong when it's wet, said Yumi. What else can we try, Deb? Rummage trailed the kitchen floor and brought back lots of different materials. He dumped a piece of plastic into the water first. When he pulled it back out, it was still in the same shape. This stayed pretty strong, he said. When he reached over and touched the plastic, it didn't feel squishy like the paper, and the water rolled off of it easily.
Good job. Very nice. That was awesome.
I only got stuck on one word.
I know. That's huge.
She pulled out everything
Here, come closer.
and
Engineering. That was a hard word.
the paper was square when it was dirty.
Dry.
Dry, she said.
seats the right way. So how did you guys feel reading out loud? Were you guys nervous?
No.
No, you weren't nervous. You guys were nervous. So I get nervous when I read in front of people too, like really, really nervous. And something that helps me to stay clear with my words is to follow along. And I think that's really important. I noticed you didn't do that a little bit, and you got a little off track. So you should take, or even if you take a piece of paper and you want to go down each line, you can. And a lot of you, some words that got was tricky for you were the ED and ING words. So did you see how I was getting rid of the ING and just showing you the word? A lot of you guys saw that first. So if you're struggling with sounding on a word, cover up the ending and just focus on fold, and then folding. See, it's you gotta break up the word a little bit. So you guys did so good, and I'm really, really proud of the way you read. A lot of you were clear. There were a couple words that you got tripped up on, but for the most part, you read really well out loud, and you guys helped each other out, which was really good. So, what did you guys learn about this? About reading out loud and this whole lesson? What did you guys learn about it? Yeah?
That if you're like alone or with not so much other people, then you're not that nervous.
Right. The more you guys practice reading out loud and sounding out words and finding little details, the more better readers you're going to be. And I can already tell you guys have been working hard, but I want you guys to start reading every day. Are you guys reading every day?
Yeah.
With books? Good. I know Miss Miller. Yeah, I know Miss Miller gives you guys lots of books, and it's super important that you guys do read because, especially over the summer, I want you guys to read a lot because it's going to improve your reading skills for second grade tremendously, okay? So good job today. I had fun. Did you guys have fun? Do you feel good about reading out loud? Good.